I really like the 3 t-shirts that I'm going to show you because they can be made for summer or winter, and they have a really cool detail on the side, a lot of ruching, which makes it a special tee. Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina from liftingpinsandneedles.com. Welcome to this channel that is all about sewing, limitless sewing, and I have 3 t-shirts to share with you today. I don't usually sew a lot of t-shirts, but when I do choose a t-shirt to sew, there's usually a special detail in there, and it's no exception this time. What I'm talking about is a Ray of Light asymmetric tee from Pattern Emporium. These are pattern I'd been eyeing for a long time. The line that drew me in right away because there's a really cool ruching detail on one of the sides. It is one t-shirt, but instead of just having regular side seams, one side seam is normal and the other one is ruched, which means that the front pattern piece is sort of like this. So it's sort of twisted. You do need to place it on the grain line correctly, but it will give you a really cool effect on the fabric and also on the feet. Very cool. I love ruching details and I think this is super pretty. The back is simple cut on the fold. It's a fitted tee. This could work for maternity because you have all that extra space there with all that ruching. Necklines, you have lots of options: crew, mid, lower scoop. Same as the back. You can also choose a lower scoop, a mid, and a higher neckline on the back. You can mix and match those as well. So it's for the front and the back. I've done one crew neckline and the rest are the low scoop with the mid neckline on the back because I've made 2 summer versions and a winter version. So the winter version is a little higher, the crew, so that it covers my chest a little more and I don't get cold. Sleeves, you can do a cap sleeve, a short sleeve, 3/4, long sleeve. Another type of sleeve you can sew on here is a full circle flounce. So there's quite a few options, and there's even more options if you have some other t-shirt patterns from Pattern Emporium. Then you can find puff sleeves, and there's a whole list of patterns that you can mash the sleeves onto that will fit this armhole, which makes your alternatives way more. A lot of sewing pattern brands are running their Black Friday sales and Pattern Emporium is no exception. This sale runs through Monday the 2nd of December. But that's in Australia, so please check on the website so you can see what the time change is there because we're in different time zones. Now, it's not the whole website, it's the tags and the tees. I'll leave you a link in the description box and pinned in the comment section that will take you to the sale page where you can see all the patterns that are on sale. For many of these, I already have content on the channel and I already made these patterns, so you can check out the tutorials I've already made. 20% off the tags and the tees. And if you're going into cooler weather, don't worry, there's a lot of tees here that have long sleeves, so I view these patterns as sort of for all seasons. It just depends on what fabric you choose to sew them up with. If you choose to click on my affiliate link, it will take you directly to the sale page. If you end up purchasing, I do receive a small commission from the designer. That is one way that I make an income creating all these helpful sewing videos here on YouTube that you can watch for free. The Ray of Light is designed for knit fabrics, of course. You need this to be lightweight to medium weight. That would be the top weight that I would use. I would not want to use anything heavy because of the ruching detail on the side. I think anything heavy would turn extremely bulky and would just not drape nicely. So light to medium weight would be okay. Double brush poly, ITY, Rayon Spandex, bamboo spandex, modal spandex, asterisk. They will fit a little looser, a little longer. And I'm not a fan of Rayon Spandex, not because I don't like the fabric. I love the fabric. It's just that it doesn't last for a long time. You wash it a couple times and then it just starts looking worn pretty quickly, which is sort of disappointing for fabric in the end because you put time and effort into sewing them, you know, for them to look sort of worn out and the colors aren't that bright pretty fast. So I do have a small collection of them. I am using them up. I'm not buying any new ones, but I could not resist one of my prints that I had there. I think would look amazing with that ruche detail. So I do have a version in Rayon Spandex. You can use cotton lycra if it's not too heavy and not too stiff. A rib knit. You could make a swim top out of this if you wanted with swim material. Just wear a sports bra underneath because there's no bra inside, of course. You can make an athletic top with an athletic knit. That would be amazing as well. Now, winter versions, you could use a lightweight sweater knit. Now, other fabrics I've chosen as ITY, I bought a really small piece once that was a really amazing print. I thought would look really pretty with the ruching, and it was just enough for a sleeveless version this time. I would not have had enough to make one with sleeves. So I'm getting a sleeveless version, and then I chose an amazing sweater knit. A little bit bulkier than the others, but not too heavy, and I think it's going to be amazing. Nice and fitted, not too bulky. I can still wear a jacket on top. The sleeves are nice and fitted, so it's not just a sweater that I can wear on its own. I can definitely use it as a light layer underneath a jacket when it gets really cold. One extra notion I used for my sweater knit version was fusible stay tape to stabilize the shoulders. That's something I did only for my sweater knit version because a lot of sweater knits don't have that amazing recovery that other knits do have, so those could end up stretching out. And plus I have a long sleeve, I have the weight of the fabric, so that's one extra thing. The sizing available for this pattern is from 6 to 24 Australian sizing. That goes up to a 53.5-inch hip. This is a fitted design. I suggest you choose your size. I wouldn't size down or size up. I think you run the risk of having gaping necklines and armholes if you size up. And if you size down, it would just be too fitted. So I would just plot my measurements down there and make the size as suggested. I've never had a fitting problem with this pattern brand. I think, you know, it's pretty true to size what your measurements are and the result that you're going to get. So in this case, I sewed a size 16 Australian. I made absolutely no changes, 0 changes. I just printed it, cut it, and made it. So no personal fitting this time, and I think that's amazing. Love that, very stress-free. I have filmed my Rayon Spandex version for you. You'll see how easy it is to put together. I'm focusing on the ruche side, but I've included everything, even the neckband. So let's see. These are the pattern pieces for the Ray of Light tee from Pattern Emporium. I'm making a version with sleeves, short sleeves here. This could even be shorter and be a cap sleeve, or you can print out another pattern that's a long sleeve. There's flutter sleeves, lots of sleeves, but I'm just doing a regular one. This is the back. It's simple. It's cut on the fold. It's a pretty fitted tee. You can see the shaping there. That's where the waist is going to be and how it comes out for the hips. Neckband right there. I'm doing a mid height over here at the back, and on the front I'm doing the low scoop. There's other lengths that you can cut away there too, and you can see that on one side this is the armhole and that's the side seam. It's short, it's going to match that one, but on the other side it's longer. There are 2 marks there, and this is what we're going to do, gathering stitches and gather all of that to meet that length right there. On one side we're going to have this gorgeous ruching like that, and I think the stripes are really going to showcase it beautifully, so I'm really excited to sew this. First I'm sewing the shoulder seams. That's super easy. It's directly on the serger with a 1/4-inch seam allowance. Then when the shoulder seams are done, I can sew on the neckband. This is my little neckband, and I'm sewing the 2 raw ends together. I'm using my 1/4-inch presser foot just to make it easier. There is my little seam, and I'm going to be opening this up, pressing it open. I prefer doing this on the sewing machine than the serger. I'm doing the low scoop and the mid back neckline. There's other combinations you can do, and this is the neckband that's going to match this combination of necklines. And so I've got my neckband here, wrong sides together, lengthwise in a little circle. I've got pins in each 1/4. I've got each 1/4 marked right here. You can see these reference points are coming forward towards the upper chest area, not the shoulder seams. There's a little line there in the center back and another little line in the center front right there. So I'm just going to match it all up, just match pins to marks over here. And this neckband is obviously going to be shorter than the neckline so that it holds it together and it doesn't gape. So you can see there how much shorter this is and how much I need to stretch my Rayon Spandex to meet this. But this fabric is super stretchy, so it's all okay. Then I'm going to head over to the serger and start sewing each 1/4 by 1/4, stretching the neckband to match what's underneath, keeping the 3 raw edges together and stretching the neckband as I go. After sewing the shoulder seams and the neckband, you have this armhole that you can use now to sew your sleeve in on the fly if you want. I don't do that. I'm going to leave my sleeve for last, so I'm going to do the side seams now. On the long side seam, we have a mark a little below the armhole there, and then we have another mark a little above the edge at the bottom. We need to do a gathering stitch there. So I've already done one row. Long stitch length 5.0, a little further from the edge. And now I'm going to do a second row at about 1/2 inch. That's just going to make it easier to gather, and then I can remove these later if they get caught within my serge seam. And this is just on the one side because the other side has a normal length. I've gone ahead and sewn the regular side seam that we have over here. You have a little notch to mark the waist right there on both sides. Very easy to put together. That's done. Now this is the interesting and different one. I have the back on the table and the front on the top. I have all the gathering stitches along this longer edge. And from the top, you can see that little mark there matches the one on the back, and the same close to the hem. Those little marks match up. And then over here in the center area, we have this one. That's the one that's going to match the waist right here of the back. So that's how we put them together. And then we just have to gather everything so that they end up being the same length. So you can see all of this excess here to be gathered right there and right there. I'm going to do it from here into the center and then from here into the center. It's just easier that way. And then once this is all nicely gathered, we can serge it together. And that's basically, and that's it. Super easy. After sewing this side seam, I'm going to set in the sleeves on the round and finish the hem. And that is all. I think it's pretty relaxing, satisfying sew that has a really nice detail that's different. Okay, there we have half, and now the other side. Okay, here is the side seam all gathered and pinned together, and now we just put it through the serger. Super easy. Here is my armhole with a sleeve inside, ready to be sewn. Double notches there, match the double notch on the sleeve. Single notch over here, everything fits 1-to-1. I prefer it. I think it's more comfortable here in the underarm area, but for sure you can sew it on the fly if you want. This is just what I prefer. And it's super easy to sew it on the round. So this is my Rayon Spandex version. I love the color combinations here. This is how the fabric would be, like it is on the back with the stripes going across like this. But these aren't really traditional stripes. They're sort of like paintbrush strokes. Love that. It's so artistic. And I love the color combinations here with the caramel and the purples and the burgundies, the white. Very pretty. But because the front is sort of cut like this, as you saw, you get all of this diagonal stripe going like this, and this going like that. Looks like a ray of light. That's why this pattern is called Ray of Light. It's really noticeable with a striped fabric. So I really wanted to make one with a stripe, although this is not a traditional stripe. There is my short sleeve, love the fit, my low scoop with mid scoop at the back, love that. You know, you can do a low at the back, you can do a high at the front. There's so many options you can do there. And then a regular hem with a twin needle was super easy to sew. I sewed all my 3 versions in one full day from the morning to the night. That's how long it took me to sew the 3 of them, including cutting them and also filming one. So this is a project you can do in just a few hours and you'll be sweet. It won't take you days and days to sew. Although if it does take you longer, that's fine as well. We all sew at our own pace. Quick, easy satisfaction over here for this person that sews. Very, very fun. Let's see this one styled 4 ways. I really had a lot of fun pulling out all the outfits together. This is the first Ray of Summer top that I made in Rayon Spandex with stripe details. I think the stripes look really cool on the front because the piece is a little distorted to allow the ruching on one side. I've got it paired with some white ready-to-wear jeans. I think that goes really well with the print here. That is a normal side seam, and this is the side seam that has all the ruching. Makes the stripes look really, really special. That's why I think a stripy fabric is going to really show the detail. I have the low scoop neckline here and a mid neckline on the back. Neckbands, as always, very easy to put together. Short sleeve, great shoulder fit, very comfortable, not too deep. I think this lower scoop suits me best. There's so many other options for necklines here higher as well, so just choose what you like. And the colors here in this top are amazing. I'm not a fan of Rayon Spandex. I'm not buying new Rayon Spandex, but I am using up the pretty ones I already have, and why not? This is so pretty. There's a little bit of beige in the print of this t-shirt, so I grabbed my beige pants, denim pants. These are non-stretch, but they're super comfortable, pull up, and I think this is a nice casual outfit. Little purple bag to match the purple tones in the print. I think looks really cute, and I'll feel really good when I wear this out casually. Very nice. I think this t-shirt is not just a basic t-shirt. That ruching detail makes it really special. There's purple in the print, so I pulled out a cotton twill purple skirt. This is a straight skirt, it's not too fitted. I think the silhouette goes perfectly here. It's not a really tight skirt. The t-shirt isn't that tight either, so I feel pretty balanced. I think the length of the t-shirt goes really well. It's a really nice fitting t-shirt. It fits amazingly, it follows my shape, and that ruching on the front is so nice, just feels amazing on. You have a little bit of extra volume there that covers the waistband and all of those things. So I love it, love this color combination. Another casual outfit with my caramel shorts, because there is that type of tone in this print as well. When you have a colorful top like this, there's so many options you can do with the bottoms because there's so many tones in here. So if you see closely, there's a bit of caramel in there. So I thought this was a nice color combination as well. This is my second one. Now, this is how the fabric would be. It's not that I've done patchwork or color blocking. It is like that. So there's a bit of polka dot, a bit of leaf thing, a bit of chevron. Love that. And the tones of cream, navy, and caramel, I think are really pretty. I had less than a yard of this fabric. It was a little remnant I found a while back, ITY. I always knew it was going to be some type of tank, but it turned out to be a really special tank because of this detail here. I think it's really pretty, lightweight fabric, drapey. This flows amazingly. It's a perfect fabric for this type of detail. So I really love how this turned out. For the sleeveless version, there's a narrower cut line if you want it closer to this area of your neck. I chose the wider just to have more coverage. And the armbands and neckbands are so easy to sew. This was so relaxing. And I have another little tank to enjoy right now because it's really, really hot right now. This is the second ray of light top that I made. This time it's sleeveless, it's an ITY, it's a very nice print, and I've got it paired with my bohemian wrap skirt, also from Pattern Emporium in navy linen. I think it goes really well. It's a fitted top, so I think it goes well with this skirt that has a little bit more volume and a bit more length. Up closer, you're gonna see the asymmetry of this hem. It's not going to lie completely straight, and you can see I've got a normal side seam on the left side of me, and on the right side of me I have all that ruching. Very pretty, it just drapes over the waist and tummy area. Low scoop neckline right there with a neckband, easy band on the sleeves, zero stress. This was so easy to make and it took up barely any fabric at all. I like the depth of this neckline and also the coverage of the armholes. There is another cut line that you can cut in that's a little narrower, but I did the wider one just to be covered up a little bit more, and I'm very happy with this print. I think it's really cool, and having found this tiny piece of fabric a few years ago was a good find for me, and I'm glad it's made into something. There's a little bit of caramel color in this print of the ITY, so I paired it with one of my shorts. I think it looks nice and fresh for the summer. I am in hot weather right now, and this is a sleeveless top. I'm gonna wear it right now, and I'm glad I have another cute item to wear now that it's getting really hot. I think this looks super cute together and the colors go very well. A little bit more dressed up, but not that much. A caramel pencil skirt in a stretch scuba suede, very nice, also matching the top very well. This is unconventional for me. I would rarely wear two garments that are fitted, but why not? Let's break some rules. I would usually wear a bottom that's a little wider with a fitted top, but it's not too tight. I don't find that both items are that tight, so I'd have to feel a certain way to wear something fitted from head to toe, but I like the color combination here. I could always wear a light layer on top as well if I wanted. Now something more casual, some beige jeans, pull-up pants, comfortable elasticized waist, very comfortable sandals. This would be like the perfect mall or shopping outfit. I would feel really good. I think the colors are very nice, neutral, the navy with the beige. I love the little detail of the polka dot and the print. It looks really cool. I'm so happy I found this fabric, and it's perfect for the Ray of Light top, my summer version. And my third version is my winter version. This one I will have to wait to wear for a couple of months. I almost about died modeling this outside. I had to peel it off myself. It was so hot, but this is so pretty. Look at this amazing print on the sweater knit, gorgeous. This is a crew neckline. It's a little higher, neckband, easy to sew in. I have a long sleeve. I actually put the pattern piece next to my arm, and it seemed to have the correct length for me. Although in hindsight, I should have added an inch. It's not short, but it could have been an inch longer. It's okay. I really love the fit of the sleeve, very comfortable. And over here we have the ruching. This one is a little bit bulkier than the others, but there's still quite a nice amount of drape on the fabric. So I think this is the heaviest I would have gone with my fabric choice. And it's just gorgeous. Now you'll see that the hem doesn't lie completely symmetrical. This is why it's called an asymmetric tee. It's not completely flat because of the ruche side, but that's fine. It adds to the interest and the visual impact of this top. Very pretty. Let's see this one on. This is my third Ray of Light from Pattern Emporium, this time in a sweater knit, nice and drapey, a little bit bulkier than the others, of course, because it's for winter. This time I have a higher neckline and a long sleeve. Normal side seam over here, and the other side seam that has all the ruching. You can see that the hem is going to turn out a little bit asymmetric. You know, you can't have it turn out super straight. This is a crew neckline I have over here. I did stabilize these shoulders because this fabric has less recovery. It's a sweater knit. I love this print on the sweater knit. I think it's really cute in gray and red, dark red. Love it. I'm so happy I found this fabric, and I have a really cute sweater to wear when it gets nice and cool. There's a bit of grey in the print of my sweater knit, so I pulled out this grey denim pull-up skirt that I've had for a while. These red boots have been with me for over 10 years. That's a great thing about buying leather boots. They can last for 20 years if you want, if you take care of them, so I really cherish mine. And I love this look. It's really casual, sporty, but with a little bit of effort, and I always feel amazing with a skirt on. I do live in a place where winter doesn't get that horrible, so I can pull off skirts all year long. This is the long Slay All Day skirt. It's got a slit. Love this skirt in stretch velvet, another pattern from Pattern Emporium with my red boots. Really nice alternative for when it gets nice and cold. And I love the silhouettes together here. I think they look really cute together. And it's another way I can use this outfit to go to church or something like that when the weather is colder. I think I'm missing a black scarf to bring more black into the outfit there. Another black skirt, but a shorter one that I made a few years ago, self-drafted with a little flounce, some nice heels, another church type outfit that I'd be super happy to wear. I feel like I could dress it up and dress it down. Beautiful design, and you can do so much with it. It just depends on your fabric choice and how you choose to style your garment. I love how these turned out. I know I did a lot of prints this time. I do have prints, I do enjoy them. I can't help choosing them because it's what I fall in love with the most when I'm looking at fabric. I know maybe if I'd done one in a solid, you would see the details a bit more. But I think with these, you can still see the details. So why not enjoy the prints? They make me super happy and love the colors. I love that I have so many ways to style them, dress them up, dress them down, so many options. I highly recommend. You're gonna really enjoy. Remember to check out the Pattern Emporium Black Friday sale that runs through Monday the 2nd of December in Australia though. That's all from me. I'll see you again with more sewing on this channel. Bye.